They didn't beg. They didn't plead. They didn't light candles or repeat memorized prayers. They knew something that the modern world has forgotten. Thousands of years ago, in hidden temples of Babylon, a small group of priests practiced a silent ritual, a ritual capable of turning desires into reality. No words, no intermediaries, just presence, intention, and a knowledge that had been hidden for millennia. This ritual wasn't written, it was lived, passed, not through books, but through direct experience, and guarded like a sacred treasure, a secret so powerful that, over time, it was erased from history, called superstition, reduced to myth, and buried beneath the ruins of time. But now, centuries later, neuroscience is beginning to confirm what they intuitively knew: what you feel shapes what you live. Back then, what they called magic, today we understand as frequency, coherence, neuroplasticity, and the quantum field. And the most important question you can ask yourself right now is, why doesn't your life change, even when you want it so badly? The answer isn't outside, it's within, and you're about to rediscover an ancient code, capable of completely rewriting your reality. Just imagine for a moment, Babylon at its peak, golden towers rising to the sky, hanging gardens, a civilization where astrology, architecture, spirituality, and mathematics were one unified science. And there, within the most sacred temples, priests meditated in absolute silence at sunrise. They didn't ask the gods for favors. They aligned with what they desired. They visualized clearly. They breathed deeply. And they entered an altered state of consciousness, as if accessing a dimension unseen, but deeply real. A field of possibility, where all things already exist. The ritual lasted only 7 minutes. 7, a sacred number representing completion, creation, the unseen becoming visible. Back then, they called it magic. But today, science calls it theta state, neuroplasticity, and heart-brain coherence. Now pause for a moment and think, how did ancient people, without any modern technology, no devices, no labs, access mental and physical states that science is only now beginning to measure? Are we truly evolving? Or are we simply remembering what once was deeply known? Clay tablets discovered in Mesopotamia revealed the ritual in 3 simple, yet powerful steps. 1. 7 minutes of complete silence to disconnect from the world's noise, the mental chaos, the constant distractions. It's like turning off the radio of the outside world, so you can finally hear your inner frequency. 2. Visualization with real emotion. They didn't just imagine, they felt, with every sense, as if they were already living the experience in the now. 3. Gratitude in advance. They gave thanks not for what they hoped to receive, but for what was already received, in the invisible. Today, these 3 elements are scientifically validated, not just in self-help books, but in peer-reviewed studies from Stanford, Harvard, and the HeartMath Institute. Neuroplasticity shows that the brain is rewired by experience, and also by imagined experience. When infused with real emotion, heart coherence reveals that gratitude activates an expansive electromagnetic field, and the theta state connects us to the subconscious, where our deepest beliefs are stored. What seemed like superstition was simply science, waiting to be measured. But, more than that, it was experiential science learned through the body, not the intellect, through feeling, not thinking. Researchers confirmed, the brain doesn't distinguish between a real experience and one vividly imagined with emotion. This is known as neural priming. When you visualize something with real emotional intensity, the same brain regions light up. It's as if your brain says, "This is happening, prepare to live it." You begin to create an invisible radar. It starts to notice opportunities, attract people, open doors, and respond to life differently. It's like tuning a radio. When you're on the wrong frequency, all you get is static. But when you're aligned, everything becomes clear. This is the power of mind-heart coherence. When what you think, feel, and desire vibrate together, you become magnetic. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." In Babylon, this was known as Shemesh, the invisible fire that connects all things. Today, we know the human body emits energy. Our thoughts, emotions, and intentions affect that field, and that field interacts with reality. Desire only manifests when there's vibrational resonance. You must feel like you've already received it, as if it's already yours. Thinking is not enough. Emotion is the language of the field, and the field shapes reality. Now, here's a powerful idea, one you may have never heard before. The universe doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to your energetic state. You can repeat 1,000 affirmations, but if you're feeling fear, doubt, or lack underneath, what you attract will match that vibration. The Babylonian ritual worked, not because of the words, but because of internal alignment. Quantum physics calls this the observer effect. Focused intention, infused with emotion, alters the behavior of matter. In other words, reality is not fixed. It bends to your perception. It responds to your internal state. So, what can you do now? You don't need a temple, or sacred scrolls, or mystical artifacts. You need 7 minutes of silence, a clear desire, real emotion, and gratitude, as if it's already done. Repeat it for 21 days. Same place, same time. Make it your ritual. You won't see miracles on day 1, but you'll feel subtle shifts in your emotions, in your thoughts, in your energy, and soon, in your results, the right people will appear. Opportunities will align, and what once seemed impossible begins to unfold. You're not forcing the universe. You're simply allowing it to respond to your true frequency. And the most beautiful part, you'll feel like you've always known this, like something inside you has just woken up. The ancients weren't primitive. They were wise. They spoke a language the modern world forgot, a language of energy, silence, alignment, real manifestation. Isn't asking the universe for favors. It's tuning yourself to what already exists in the invisible. The outer world has always been a reflection of the inner one. In your body, your mind, your vibration are instruments of creation. If this message touched something within you, share it. You may be the bridge between the ancient and the new, because the revolution that begins in silence is the most powerful.